But what does a balanced life look for you at the moment? And
Yeah, I mean, I think I've been able to accomplish quite a bit and being able to, work my own schedule. The team that expert marketing advisors is really great. So if something needs to shift, or if somebody, needs to dive in on something, it's really simple for folks to sort of help and be supportive, and for you to have your own if something comes up, if need to take one of the puppies to the vet, or I've got other obligations that are a bit more of a priority. So I think all of that, surrounding yourself with really strong people, and then of course having those mentors over the years that become friends and such.
hi there, you're listening to A Founder's Life, and I'm your host, Leo Gestetner. My guests and myself share our entrepreneurial journey and our methods for a balanced life. I'm joined here today by Courtney. Courtney, thank you for joining. Would you like
Thanks
to
for
introduce
having me.
yourself?
Sure, sure. I'm Courtney Kehl. I founded Expert Marketing Advisors 8 years ago, and we are focused on B2B and then marketing for B2B tech companies. So it's an
Excellent.
8 year journey
And
so far.
what's your journey been on the work side that got you to founding the company?
Sure, sure. I was actually really fortunate. It was organic for me, in the sense that I had been working with other tech companies throughout my career, and they kept getting acquired. I kind of jokingly will say all roads lead to Cisco. I had two companies that rolled in with Cisco as under an acquisition, and another one went to HP, and it was all sort of in the course of a very short time frame. So while I was getting accustomed to Cisco and working on the integrations and such between the smaller company and Cisco, people just started knocking on my door and asking if I would do a side project or help in this way or that way. And really, at the end of the day, I put all of the success on the team, and the team that I sort of built up over the years and taken with me from one company to the next. So we just said, we can start saying yes to all of these, and the team followed suit, and we were able to work for ourselves. So it was really, again, organic. We were green before we even had a bank account, and then of course things settled down that year one, and year two you start to steady out, and then pandemic hit year three, survived that, and onward. So here we are 8 years later. Yeah, it's a great team, and we enjoy the work that we do.
And you've managed to keep a lot of the team through the different
Yeah.
ventures.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've had folks that have left and gone to work with some of our clients, and then they've come back. The door is always open, so that's always. And we have CEOs that ask if we'll take on their daughter or their son, out of college and this and that. I think it's a big compliment when somebody is trusting you with their child as you're, showing them the way in more of a professional life and corporate life. So yeah, no, it's I think that speaks a lot to our ethics and the way the team sort of supports each other and, does what they say they're going to do. So yeah. And
Definitely. And
yourself,
how many people?
well, I was going to say you're a founder of several companies, if I recall, or you got your hand
Yes.
on a few things. Yeah, which keeps it interesting.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I've got a few things. My day job, for want of a better word, is we've got a global staffing agency where we provide skilled remote staff to US companies. We've now got a team in 17 countries across 5 continents,
Wow.
and
Yeah, that's
that's
great.
that
Yeah.
span out of one of our other businesses, but has been a standalone business now for just over 5 years.
Yeah. There you go. Congrats.
I have a health app, which I have a couple of partners, one of which is my daughter is a co-founder. So that's quite fun working with her. And that will be launching in May. So that is providing healthy habits or helping people build healthy habits.
Hmm.
So that's
Lifestyle
exciting.
all across the board. Yep. That's fantastic.
And then obviously the podcast as well.
Sure. Sure. So you're
That's
staying
sort of
busy.
what keeps me busy.
Yeah.
Yes, always. Never a dull moment.
Right. Right. Love it.
And how many people have you got on the team now?
So we got up to 50. I think we're just a little shy of 40 right now. We utilize partners as well as contractors as well as full time. And I found that really by having that mix, it lets everybody, live the life that they want, the schedule that they want, and sort of, start there with their livelihood in their hands. Some folks that we've had as contractors, we've asked if they've wanted to come in full time, and kind of goes back and forth. And then the partners are huge. Really, at the end of the day, we can say yes to everything as a result of our network, and we're able to handle an increase in business or scale up and down, really based on our partners and everybody leaning in. So yeah, that's kind of a mix there. About 40.
Nice. And talk a little more about what the business does. So what do your customers really use you for?
Yeah,
What do they
sure.
trust you with?
No, it's a great question. It's, I mean, again, it's end-to-end marketing. So it really covers the gamut, as far as SEO, digital ads, social, some strategy in there. The smaller companies do tend to use us a little more across the board. The larger companies will use maybe just one specific area, content creation or, web dev. So it just depends on, but again, it's pulling in those different experts in those different areas. Really, I find if you're passionate about social media, more than likely your outcomes are going to be great. So kind of leave it in the hands of the experts. We do see some phases. Last year, content was a big one. This year, not as much. We see PR go through spikes, as people are raising rounds and getting funding, and those types of things. Events as well. So event season is just right now really kind of like kicking off, and then of course in fall it'll pick back up again. So just kind of round and round we go from one year to the next, and the team just keeps refining their skills, and AI makes a big difference now. So that's kind of been brought to the table across everything. And then our clients are all tech, so they get it and they expect it and all the above. So we speak the language.
Well, that is the entrepreneurial journey, really, isn't it? It's ducking and diving and changing as needed and evolving.
Yep, yep. I call it bob and weave, bob and weave. Yeah.
Definitely. And talk to me about what family means to you.
I mean, family is I grew up in a small family, and I'm in Austin now because my brother is here. We grew up in the Bay Area, San Francisco, and then my brother and his 7 kids came here to Austin, as he had an office here and such. And then about 3 years later, I followed him. Really being close to the 7 kids, and him and his wife are huge. My parents have have, have passed, so but being close to them while they were in the San Francisco area. So I mean, family is huge. At the end of the day, it's also the people that you bring into your life. It's not always blood. It's also people that are you look toward for advice. You see as a mentor, you can lean on for support. So that's great as well. Yeah.
And how about your four-legged family?
My four-legged family, yeah. So my brother took the 7 kids, or he went the kid route, and I did the animal route. So yeah, I've got quite a few right now. I'm fostering 7 husky puppies, and I've got 2 dogs of my own and 2 cats of my own. I had 2 chickens, but I'm waiting to get through the fostering phase here. But yeah, I just always surround myself with little animals of all sorts. Actually, my door is always open for animals and kids. Yeah.
11, that's a lot. You're trying to compete with your brother.
It is a lot. It is. I don't think I quite knew what I was getting myself into. But now I'm on week 3, and they're mellowing out. They've got a routine. I've got a routine. And it is a lot. Huskies are adorable, especially as puppies. They're also the talkers. They do the howling. So that's new to me. And they're also known for being escape artists. So at any given point at 4 in the morning, there's a puppy running, throughout the house. So I feel like every day I'm improving my fort building skills to keep everybody contained and safe. So anyways, yeah, it's fun. Puppies are nothing but fun. Yeah.
Great. And what do you like to do for health? What's health, the journey, whether that be mental health, physical health, nutrition, exercise, in whatever form sort of health takes for you?
Yeah, no, great question. I think it's really important. Self-care is a huge, I mean, we've come so far. When I first started in my career, 20 plus years back, self-care was not a thing. Mental health was not a thing. It just wasn't something that you talked about. It wasn't something that was, given space. And now fast forward to today, our team has unlimited PTO, take time off, do what you need to do, for any reason, whether you just need a day to yourself or whether you need to take the week during spring break for, kids and family time. Oh, yeah, all of the above. So I think it's really important to constantly make it a priority. And if you can take care of yourself first, you'll be able to take care of others. I know that sounds a little bit of a cliche, but it is true to my experience. So yeah, each week I hold myself accountable for, working on my own health and, doing reading or some exercising or, even just some downtime, get a massage, you name it. Yeah. I think it's being integrated more and more into everybody's lives. Yeah. Yourself?
And what do you like? Sorry.
And yourself? What are some tips and tricks for your own self care and mental and health, physical and mental?
Well, I meditate every day. I have for
That's
10
great.
plus years now.
Yeah.
I've become a lot fitter as I've got older. I'm now the fittest I've ever been in my life. I run marathons, athlete. Uh,
Yeah.
I believe in eating healthily. So I think it's
Right.
it's a mix of everything,
Right. Right.
and nothing 100%.
Everything in sort of
It
moderation. Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't believe in diets. I believe in changing your diet.
Sure. Being
I'm
aware
a
of
high protein.
right. What you're putting in your body is huge. But to go full extreme, like no carbs, no that like having that balance, I'm on the same page with you as well. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's doing however that exercise feels right for you. So as I said, for me, I do a lot of running, I do weightlifting, I do boxing, I'm a triathlete. Last week, I had a week hiking the Camino Trail in Spain with a good friend of mine. So
That's
it
awesome.
can be whatever form that takes, enjoying it, having fun.
Mhm.
If
Yeah.
it feels like work, then you're not going to enjoy it, and it's at some point just not going to
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. No, I mean, it's more important to, work to live rather than live to work and having that. I've started with even small things sometimes, but where it's 10 minutes of stretching, or more recently I heard a fun one that I haven't yet made a regular part of my life, but a 10-minute trick to staying young. And folks were like, oh, it's meditation, it's stretching, it's this or that. You'd go for a walk or get outside. And they actually said, well, go back to your childhood, the things you did as a child, whether it was jumping rope or hula hooping or riding a bike, and pick up where you left off and spend 10 minutes a day doing those childlike things. So I thought that was kind of a fun take on it. Haven't done it
It's a
yet.
fun one.
I
That's
do
not
have to
something I
be
do, but that's a fun one.
roller
I'll have to think
skating.
about that one.
Yeah, right. Just, give it a shot for I like to kind of integrate things for a couple weeks at a time and then, see what sticks and change and yeah, give
Yeah,
yourself
I
that
think,
compassion.
even things as simple as walking, like I try and walk. If I'm not running, I try to walk at least 4 miles a day. And I think it's just going for a walk, whether that be outdoors or on a
Yeah,
treadmill at your desk,
right,
whichever
right,
method that is. I think walking is a powerful way to stay fit and, to be honest, to give your mind something to focus on
right, right.
beyond. Yeah. And what do you like to do for fun?
Um, well, I mean, currently everything's revolving around these puppies, but I'm only going to be fostering hopefully for a month or two. I do travel a lot. I've made sort of a commitment to traveling once a month. Sort of the requirement is it has to be something that I've never done before. So upcoming, we're looking at going storm chasing, which I didn't even know what storm chasing was until I think Twister or one of the movies came out, and I was like, gosh, that'd be kind of I'm a little bit of an adrenaline junkie. So we're looking at booking a storm chasing tour. And I'm going to Tulum, which I've never been to Tulum. I've been near more on the Cancun sort of side of things. I did Key West this last New Year's and never been over that way, so that was fun. Just kind of always mixing it up. I will say that one thing I do repeatedly whenever I get a chance is go to like a Hans Zimmer show, or some of the live, like the Eagles, the Sphere. Been there, done that, but we'll absolutely do that again. So yeah, just kind of working my way through a bucket list and then, enjoying really great food along the way. Not gonna be shy of that. Yeah, and work is great. I love what I do, but I really am I jokingly will say I'm steering more towards semi-retirement, because I really don't wanna spend my entire life working. I wanna be able to enjoy the world around us. Yeah.
Sounds like you've got a plan.
Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Yeah.
And
So we'll see.
what's a pivotal moment for you, whether that be in your personal business life? What has been a pivotal moment?
I mean, I think moving to Texas, to be closer to my brother has been great. That's been, really defining. The neighborhood that I'm in is just amazing. The neighbors are very genuine, really sincere. We all look out for each other. That's a huge, shift from the California, sort of fast pace and expensive life, you know, yeah. So that I think that's been really pivotal. Starting expert marketing advisors, was pivotal. I remember the first year, you just don't know what you don't know. And then the second year, like, okay, you've got a lot of lessons learned. And you just kinda kept sort of like ducking and dodging, bobbing and weaving as you continued the growth. So I think that was very pivotal. And then losing my dad, in 20s, family passes, that's always, sort of it's interesting. It always comes back in different times. You just, you miss the person or things remind you. I actually always wanted my dad's approval. So, but I also always wanted to have a business of my own. And then whether it be a laundromat or, a nail salon or, a marketing company. And I would run ideas by him. And he was very traditional and he always wanted, me to work for big companies because I think he felt that was a safe and a secure, safe bet. Um, in my world, big company doesn't necessarily mean security in your job, and it didn't give me the freedom that I wanted. So, uh, when he passed, actually, I started the company ironically a month later, and it just coincided that way. But I didn't feel like I needed his approval as much as of course, when he was there. But I'd miss him dearly, for all the right reasons. So, anyways, just that I would say that those are probably some pretty pivotal things, in the more recent last 10 years.
Sounds like some definite shifts in your life, and I can
Yeah.
see how.
Yeah, I mean, I like change. I think change should be normal. I don't like kinda getting stuck in the same routines or, it's okay as curveballs come, you take them on, sleep on it, make decisions, but, not be reactive. I think that comes with old age or wisdom, right? Wisdom beyond our years.
And you also talk about working towards a definite goal towards retirement. But what does a balanced life look for you at the moment? And that balance being a general balance rather than, yeah, we're never always in balance. It's
Right, right.
what overall is a balanced life for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've been able to accomplish quite a bit and being able to, work my own schedule. The team that expert marketing advisors is really great. So if something needs to shift, or if somebody, needs to dive in on something, it's really simple for folks to sort of help and be supportive and for you to have your own if something comes up, if, need to take one of the puppies to the vet or, I've got, um, other obligations that are a bit more of a priority. So I think all of that, surrounding yourself with really strong people, and then of course having those mentors over the years that, become friends and such. I think that really kind of helps, keep things on track. I don't know if that really equates to balanced life. I mean, there's the actions, but mentally I feel a lot more, just calm. That makes sense.
It does. And how can people find you?
Really simple, expertmarketingadvisors.com, or on LinkedIn. I will say my LinkedIn is, hit or miss. You're not going to get an immediate response depending if I'm clearing it out, but there's just a lot of messages coming through LinkedIn. It does take me a little bit to be responsive there. Expertmarketingadvisors.com, or contact us page. It's immediate. There's eyeballs on that right away. Happy to talk
Courtney,
shop anytime.
well, Courtney, thank you. It was fun to have a chance to chat to you, and thanks for joining today.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you for having me.
And thank you for listening to today's episode. If you enjoyed the conversation, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, and leave a review. Thank you.